Well, we know walking is a great way to improve your health, and the common recommendation that we hear a lot is to get those 10,000 steps in each day. Some new data from large studies in Europe now questions that number. You may be able to get by with even less steps in order to improve your health. Here to join us is our medical expert, Dr. David Winter with Baylor Scott & White with the latest on this. And I'm curious now, how many steps do we need, Dr. Winter?
Well, a big study published in the medical journal Lancet says that probably looking at 220,000 people now, 4,000 steps is enough. Another study came out, said 2,300. So we're kind of debating about that. The interesting thing is all these studies say that if you do these things, you have less chance of dying of heart attacks, strokes, cancer, and you even live longer, Mark.
I'm curious, when you talk about those numbers, are we talking causality or correlation here? Because I imagine that folks that are getting those steps on a regular basis are probably doing some other things as well.
And that could well be. We don't actually know what's going on. Is it the circulation improvement that helps? Is it the fact that we're burning up stress molecules that build up in our body? We don't know actually the cause of that. The World Health Organization took a different approach. They looked at people that don't exercise at all, and they concluded that 3.2 million deaths a year happen because of that worldwide, and that the lack of exercise is the fourth leading cause of death. So exercise is very important, Mark, as you well know.
Well, obviously, and I think that, do you tell people, hey, you know what, the threshold's a little bit lower, maybe removes that barrier of thinking, I've got to walk and get 10,000. It's like, hey, you know, it could be a different number. But it's not just, living longer. There are some other benefits as well. We're talking about circulation as well, and maybe kind of a whole host of benefits.
That's true. And another thing I'll add is strength training is a separate thing. Lifting weights, doing weight machines, that actually has added benefits. Builds up muscle mass, builds up bone density, less osteoporosis. Also helps people feel better, helps them lose weight better. Also helps with stability and balance, so less falls. And another study said even has better memories and better cognition if you do weight training. So weight training also is important, Mark.
Well, and you can do the same, both at the same time. You carry some weights with you on your walk. I know people will wear their weighted vests on occasion as well. Obviously, here in Texas, though, it's tricky when so much of the year it is so hot outside when you don't want to walk. How do you get around some of those obstacles?
Yeah, it can be a challenge, but people just need to find a way to do this. There's no question it makes a huge difference in people's lives. Without stimulation, our bodies and our brains decline. We don't live as long. So I think whether you walk 2,300 steps or 10,000 or do a circular bike, a Stairmaster, all those things work, particularly when you add in weight training. All those things can make you live healthier, live longer, and live happier.
Well, sometimes it's just getting those habits started, and then it's a lot easier to stick with them. Dr. Winter, appreciate your time as always, sir.